Hello and welcome to the Littlest Pixel. Today we're going to start some of the quests. So the first one is a good start is half the work. So we're visiting Simon's pub. You can see the quest bit here. So to find the pub, if you're not sure where it is, you can have a look on your phone and go to world map, and here is the pub. So you literally just walk across the road. So let me zoom out a bit. Let's go. You can also run. It's a bit naughty because you can see here the traffic lights. So when they're red and the green man is on here, you can walk across without being worried about getting hit by a car. When it's orange, they might start moving. And when it's green, you have the risk of getting hit by a car. I think if you do it enough times, you can get a fine. So just be mindful of that if you run across the road. So here's a pub. It's as simple as that. Before we do that, let's have a look around the pub. So a lot of people use the pub to use the toilet or the wash basin if you don't want to use the water in your own house, so you can use the toilet or the wash basin. You also have a couple of items here which you can use for fun. So you have the dartboard. Let's watch her play that, and her fun will go up, which is down here, her happiness. I call it fun, but happiness. So she's doing that. And you can do that for as long as you like because there's no little bar on top of her head. If you want them to stop, you just start moving them again and they'll cancel the option. There you go. You also have this pinball machine. That also doesn't have a time limit because there's no bar across your head. Oh yeah, sometimes you get some other little littles. Little littles? Yeah, little littles with some of their own thoughts. It's always fun to read. Normally sort of pop reference things or things that you come across and you think, oh yeah, that makes total sense, I hadn't actually thought of that. And then you've got these as well. And this one you see has got a line above her head, so you can use it for that amount of time. And when that's finished, if you want to use it again, you'll have to click on it again. So that's a good way of not using your own electricity because you're not using the computer. So you've got some options here and it's literally just across the road. And then outside, if you buy something to eat, which I'll show you in a moment, you can sit outside if you'd like. There's options here. There's also a phone box, which we'll go through another time. So yeah, you've got some places to sit and eat. And here is Simon. I'm not going to go through all the talking. I'm literally just going to click through it. Otherwise, this video will probably be about 25 minutes long. So let's go.
Carbonubo. Gottesino.
So if they have a quest for you, you'll see a big exclamation mark next to what you need to click. So it's wanting us to go to the supermarket. Let's go grocery shop. That's basically my main visited place.
Flar Mene?
Okay, so if you happen to want to eat food, you can eat at the pub. So if you go on shop, at the moment, everything's on discount, which is nice. Not everything's always on discount. Sometimes you'll see on the calendar they'll have discount days as well. So it's worth checking that out. So if you want to buy something, you just click on it and it'll go into your basket. And you can see here, if you hover over the total, you can see what the price was and what the discount was. So at the moment it's 30%. I don't really want anything, but you can also do that. You can buy water in the grocery store, but you can also buy it here if you want to. And you've got other drinks as well. So everything, if you click here, you can see what you had and your discount, and if you wanted to purchase it, you just hit purchase, but we don't need anything. And then you just take it over to one of the tables and eat it. So that's basically the pub. If you want to have a conversation with him, you can just go ask, and it will tell you about different things you might want to know about the pub.
Davin Zuzu.
So now if you want to go to the supermarket, which I showed you in the last video, I'll go in the big map. It's actually just across the road here. That's where we need to go, and it's open most of the time. So let's go out of here. So this is my most travelled route. Quickly run across the road. Run across the road. There we go. That is a bit annoying thing when you're trying to use your fingers and it's next to you. The buttons are next to you and you just sort of don't look what you're doing. So let's grow grocery. Okay, wants us to find Una. She owns it. You can see which people you need to go and speak to on the quest by the big exclamation mark. She's quite an intense person. Having worked in a supermarket before for about 13 years, I fully understand how much of a pain in the bum working in a supermarket is. So we'll click talk again. I mean, we weren't allowed to swear when we worked in the supermarket, but like, I get it. And that's her sister, Hannah. You can just pick whichever one you want, it doesn't really matter. Maybe say something slightly different afterwards, but it doesn't change the outcome. Okay, so it's just telling us how to shop, but I will show you that. And when the quest is done, it'll automatically give you the rewards. Okay, so it's asking us to put water bottles in our basket, but let's go and do that. So you walk up to where the water bottles will be, and everything's on discount again, which is wonderful. I think this might just be because it's a tutorial, to be honest. So it wants 3 water bottles, so all you do is click and it will go into your basket. Be mindful, you only have 8 slots on here, so you'll have to go to checkout, it will go into your inventory, and if you want more than that, then you'll have to go back out onto the aisles and get more stuff. But also you only have enough room to carry the slots you have left in your inventory. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'd only be able to get 9 different items. That counts as 1 item, even though I have 3 of them. Well, technically that's that, so I could do 10. So the bigger your inventory, i.e. your backpack, the more items you can hold. But the basket is still only that big. So next it wants me to do eggs. Oh, there's other people looking. There's the eggs. And it wants to do 5. So the numbers at the top here are the numbers on the shelf. So you can't get more than 5 at the moment because that's how many they've got in stock. So then over here, we'll go to top. You'll soon learn where everything is, and I'll go through them with you as well. So before we check out, let's have a look. So obviously not everything's normally on sale. So you've got toilet paper, you've got easy flush for the toilet, that's for the oven, that's for the sink and the shower, that's laundry softener for your washing machine, and then you've got 3 different water filters. So you usually just start with the basic one, which will only give you a few times of using the water filter on your taps, and it will go up to having quite a significant one where you don't need to refill it very often. So over here, oh yes, the new addition, we've got umbrellas as well. So if you don't want to craft one, you can just buy them here, but obviously it says uses underneath, so you'd only get 10 uses before you have to repair it, or 25 uses, etc. So over here You've got the rubber ducky, that goes in the bath. You've got the loofah, which goes in the shower. It means it will get more of a deep shower, like it will clean you more. You've got the shampoo, which you use in the shower, which can help with the cleaning. You've got liquid soap, which you put in the sink, which will give you a buff. And toothpaste, which means you can brush your teeth and you get a buff. That goes in the sink. And further down here, this is the main staple. Basically, bread, you need that for starting especially, so you can make toast. It's quick and easy. So normally just grab a few of those. And then over here, you've got fruits. There's also a trick where you can make soap with fruit. So if you've got fruit in your inventory, I believe it's a perk from completing part of university. If you have fruit in your inventory and then you go to the crafting desk, you can click make soap, and then you could use that instead of your liquid soap. But I think it's only with fruits. Then you've got vegetables for cooking, potatoes and grains. That's all cooking. That goes into your fridges. It's along the back wall. You've got the drinks here. That's the same pretty much as what you can get in the pub. And you've got mineral water, which can be used for cooking. Certain dishes need mineral water. And then you've got bottled water. You can also drink the mineral water. It's just more expensive, so it's worth saving it for cooking. And you've got milk, eggs, butter and cheese, which is all used for cooking. So they'll go in your fridges. And then you've got the raw meat and the raw chicken, which is also used for cooking, which will go in your fridge. And then you have varying different fishes. There you go. Those ones. Let's go into these other two aisles. So it's sugar and beans. They will also be used for cooking. What's somewhat annoying is that if you have it just in a cupboard, it won't recognize it as part of your cooking. So you have to have it in a fridge or your inventory. As I say, you can have multiple fridges, so that's fine. And then these little snack bars here, you just carry them around in your inventory in case you're really, really hungry and just need a little boost just to get you home or get you somewhere where you need to eat something. And then here is always the discounts. There's always 3 different discounts, so I always come in here first and see what's on offer. This is the only place normally where they have offers. So let's go and check out. So we've got these 3 items. Check out. So you can see here at the moment we've got a disc. I don't know whether to take advantage of this. I probably should, shouldn't I? Should take advantage of this, but let's purchase this. Yeah, they're just telling you about the hours. Obviously they need to sleep. You'll see the sisters here. I'll go through that in a sec.
Kasanalamaha.
Okay, so you can see here now it's gone into our inventory. So we're supposed to go and deliver that to Simon at the pub, but let's just go and have a look around. So you can buy stuff out of these little machines, like little, there you go, little gobstoppers, just for another little snack. Here is the EMA machine, which I pointed out before. There'll be a quest to fix it. Here you can also pay your bills if you want to. I tend to just do it via post office or the phone, but you can also do that. And there's a water fountain, which is really useful next to a heat lamp or cooling lamp. So here, if you're out and about and you just want a quick meal, It's basically, yeah, it's basically the food court. So you can shop here and you can get one meal. So you can pick any of these. I might just take a meal for sake of ease. It's on offer, so why not?
Sorby, Larbida?
If you want to talk to people, you can just click talk and she'll go through a couple of different options of what she might say depending on who she is. And then ask is just questions, so you can ask about cooking or prep meals. That's the same with all the NPCs. They all have ask and talk, so you can just talk to them or you can ask them questions. Okay, so now we've got all this, so let's go back to Simon's pub. This is what happens. I'll show you what happens if you get run over. They do stop for you, mind. So you won't get hit, but the more often you do it, you potentially can get a fine. So you don't really want to do that, especially if you've got no money. Down here is multiplayer. Let's go here. So we're going to deliver. It's asking for Simon's groceries, so let's pop that in there and deliver it.
Bay Flyman. Bibben Florp Boof.
So now it's talking about the next quest,
Flargum.
which we will go on to next time, which will be about the docks and fishing. So as you can see, this will automatically complete and it will go on to the next quest. So that's all for today. So we've gone through the pub and we've gone through the supermarket. If you have any other questions, please let me know and I'm happy to answer them for you, and we'll carry on with the quest next time. Until then, see you the next time. Bye.